Hi guys, EBPMAN here, and this is my updated Samsung Galaxy Note 7, the one that has been approved, that does not have the battery issue. I call it the fireproof version. And in this video, I wanted to give you a heads up of things that you should consider before going through the exchange process if you're still holding on to your Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Let me give you the details. Now, those of you who have been watching the channel and following my videos recognize my screen and my layout, so you've seen the way my screen is laid out. And one of the things that was very important to me when exchanging the Note 7 for the new Note 7 was ensuring that my experience was exactly the same. Because face it, it takes a long time to organize your apps and to organize all your folders, and I'm one of those people that actually go through the organization process. Also, I have multiple email accounts. I have also various accounts: Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook. Think about all the things where you have either some type of setting set up. I have my phone also set for the blue screen feature to enable at a certain time at night, quiet mode. There's a lot of settings that I have set up, as well as all of my Wi-Fi known places. So a lot of configuration settings that I just didn't want to or care to set up again. So what I'm going to go through are the things that you should be aware of when upgrading your phone or transferring your phone to the new Note 7 so that you don't have to go through the process of configuration. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is when you go to the AT&T store or Verizon store, be prepared to invest a good amount of time. And one of the things I want to do is give a shout out to the AT&T rep that literally sat with me for over 3 hours as we were going through this process. I was the first one to go through the process, so it was a learning experience for both of us, but he patiently sat with me and we went through the process of converting my phone from the existing Note 7 to the new Note 7. And there was a lot of things that we learned. First of all, depending on the number of apps that you have, and I have around 40 apps installed, and we're not talking about moving the actual pictures over, because I have all my pictures on my SD card. One of the things that I had to do was install the Smart Switch program, or actually run the Smart Switch program. Now, the Smart Switch program, and I'm going to show you it in a second, was covered in my intro video, and that allows you to recreate, like we have right here, your screen without having to configure everything all over. So literally, my wallpaper, the way all these folders are organized, my emails, and I have like 6 email accounts, how they're configured, everything comes back. My text messages, and I have a lot of text messages I would say conversations that are there. All that stuff comes back. My widgets, the way the screen is laid out, and even as I go on from page to page, everything is identical, exactly the same way it was before, but that was using the Samsung Smart Switch program. In order to do that, you're going to need your existing phone and the new phone side by side, and you use the Wi-Fi transfer process. Let me show you which app I'm talking about. So now this is the app I was referring to. This is the Smart Switch process, and this process is going to allow you to copy all your information from your old Note to your new Note. I did try the USB cable process and it wasn't that successful, so I went with Wi-Fi, and that's where you would connect both phones. The folks at the store, they're going to be able to help you with this process, but you'll want to do this so you don't have to set up your phone from scratch. Now, if you don't care and you have a pretty vanilla phone, it's pretty much a really easy process. You walk in, you get your phone, you reset your old one, you get your new one, and you're set to go. But if you have a lot of personalization like I do, this is going to save you a lot of time in configuration, but it is going to take some time while everything transfers over. Now, the other thing that I would highlight that you should be aware of is Samsung Pay. You guys all know that I'm a big fan of Samsung Pay. I was part of the pilot program, the beta, and been using it ever since. It's my go-to digital payment platform. And there's been a number of improvements to the Samsung Pay application that have made it even more critical to my daily usage as a consumer. Now, the one thing that you need to be aware of when using Samsung Pay is that everything in the Samsung Pay application will be lost. All right, so listen up again. Everything in the application will be lost. Your reward cards, your gift cards, your credit cards, all of them gone. So what should you do? Let's take a look at some of the things I would recommend. So there are 3 types of cards that you have inside of Samsung Pay. One of them is your credit card. That's the first group. Gift cards and memberships. For gift cards, you're going to want to look through your email and find all your confirmation emails that you received when you purchased the card. So for example, I bought a couple TGI Friday cards, and with the Samsung promotion I got this Dunkin' Donuts card. You're going to want to make sure that you go through your email and you find the gift for you email that came from Samsung Pay, and you'll want to rekey in the gift card information. And it's very simple. Let me show you what you'll be doing. So you're going to choose Add, as I just did, and then you're going to choose Load Gift Card. And when you do it, you're going to look for the card that you were working with. And let's say I'm going to say that I had a TGI card there that I showed you. So I'm going to choose that. And then once you choose it, you'll input the card number. That card number, and I'll zoom in so you can see that, that card number is the card number that's in the email, and your card will come back. So that's pretty easy. Now the next step is the other category that we're going to look at, let me get out of this for a second, is going to be your membership cards. So what happens with all your membership cards? Now your membership cards are the cards that you normally, when you go to your grocery store, they scan for discounts. When you go to the pizza place, it would be, again, those cards that you've scanned and stored on them. Well, those are gone. Kaput. You're never going to be able to get them back. There's no way to restore it. The only thing that you can do is actually reload them if you have the cards. So let's say you don't have the cards. What should you do? Well, before you do this exchange, what I did is I went through all my cards, and what I did is I did a screenshot. I screenshotted each one of them. So I went into the card and I looked at the front and back and I screenshotted them so I had something to reference. And the next step is to use those screenshots to reload the cards. So that's a big deal. Membership card's gone. You're never going to be able to retrieve them unless you do a screenshot, store it, and then retrieve it, or use the physical cards to re-register. Gift cards, what you'll do is you'll find that email that you received, and you'll use that email that you received to rekey your pins. And then your credit cards, due to security, have to be re-registered. And this one's very acceptable. You don't want someone being able to copy your credit card information from one phone to another. But these two, I'm kind of debating. That's kind of iffy. So that's the other thing that you should be aware of when it comes to Samsung Pay. Now the last thing we're going to talk about, and I'm going to stay in zoom mode because I want to make sure that I highlighted this, is the secure folder. You've seen my videos on secure folders, and secure folder is a great way to secure applications, to secure content. The problem with the secure folder is that it's secure. So you're not going to be able to transfer via the smart switch your secure folder. So that means that anything that you had in your secure folder, pictures, videos, content, that will be lost. So what you want to do is, before you go to the T-Mobile store, Verizon store, AT&T store, Best Buy store, whichever it is, and you exchange your note for the new note, you want to make sure that you open this area, you transfer this content. In other words, make it unsecure so you can move it from the secure folder to your SD card. That way, when you get your phone and you create your secure folder, you can move everything back. This will not transfer. So this covers the learnings that I went through when I'm going from my old Note to my new Note 7 at the store today. I hope this saves you some time, or at least helps you plan for the migration now that the phones are starting to come in. Besides that, the experience, I can tell you so far, feels the same. I never had a problem with my existing Note overheating, nor was I fearful at any point when it came to it catching on fire, but I do appreciate Samsung going through the process and then just exchanging them just to be safe. So if you have any comments or questions about this or other items about my experience, just leave it in the YouTube channel below. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. This is one that I think is important to share and subscribe to. So if you haven't shared this, please share. And if you haven't, please subscribe, because I'll give more details around the Note conversion process as I see my experience with the new Note 7. Thanks for watching.